Oh, my stars. Okay, so all these things developing with Brewer, Caelynn, Emercina. I mean, really, everyone's kind of had a bunch of stuff going on down here. Mort with seeing and smelling that individual, and then her not being there. Emil has a new dagger that materialized. Aaron went and Mort made pizza. Created pizza. Blueberries had some moments, and there's all sorts of stuff. However, the probably the most important piece of information came at the end of last episode. Brixie has been trying to keep an eye out for the.
You mean Rain?
Wow.
I messed up like 10 minutes ago. Druid, right? No, Dan. That was Brixie. Yeah. Oh, it's not stuck in my head. I'm so sorry, Mariah.
Well, to be fair, you're probably thinking, you did let me know that what Brixie's dream was, and it has to do with this event.
Mm-hmm.
So
we'll go with that. I like that. Yeah. Thanks.
I'm not gonna hold it. You're welcome. I'm not gonna hold it account.
Awesome. Oh my goodness. So, yes, Rain was keeping an eye out for the small framed ghost, halfling-sized, child-sized ghost that just remains under a blanket, just barely seeing its facial features and hands sometimes in the frame of its body. And she had a conversation, or attempted to have a conversation with it. It shared some images with her, but was scared off by something. And at the same moment, Caelynn, Emil, and Felix, and somewhere out there in the world, I think Rhinewin. Maybe was Rhinewin in there, or did she and whatever? I guess they're
Rhinewin, Astrid, or Mia.
Emercina.
Right, thank you. Yes, and Emercina all received a message with a familiar voice of the Runekeeper, just saying, you know what? Maybe I'll just reread the intro from last week so we can get an idea, let it sink in. So I had a little fun last week with the intro tying into this message at the end. So this is the intro from last week. He growled in defiance, pushing back not only against the onslaught, but his foolishness at not seeing it coming. He learned the truth the hard way, and may pay an eternal price for it. Many may pay an eternal price, in fact, unless, with his last reserve of focus and magic, he envisioned them and sent them a message. As long as they were on the same plane of existence, they would all receive it. It came at a price, though. The slip in his concentration gave the enemy an edge, and they capitalized. The life force slowly draining away, he had only one option left to save himself, and it was a dangerous one. But even as he pondered the uncertainty of his fate, he felt something else swell in his chest as he recalled his time with them. Heroes, each of them. Together, they would offer a chance to save Astral Lenore. A slim chance, but a chance nonetheless. The message now sent off into the cosmos, he enacted his final, costly option. And that was at the top of last episode. And then at the very end, they all received a message with a Runekeeper's voice that simply stated two words: the skull.
Can we spam down it in the chat, please?
And that is what woke Caelynn up out of her sleep. Now, mind you, Caelynn was having a dream that tied into that just beforehand. In this emptiness, vast, dark emptiness, with a green light shining with lens flare in the very, very, like an eternal distance that could never be reached. And the voice that has given her power spoke and said that something along the lines of something is returning. And Caelynn began to walk towards that green light. My brain is not working tonight, but I don't remember if there was anything else.
No, that was
But
it.
I think as you walk toward it, you saw the green gem. Right.
Yes.
Green gem, which of course there were 2 of those in the sockets of the skull's eye. The skull's eye sockets. I mentioned my brain's not working tonight. So, with that, I if it's okay, I kind of like to start the episode with the reaction of each person that received the message. Maybe starting with Caelynn, if that's okay.
Of course it's okay, Dan.
Dan, I'm going to send you a message asking a question really quick.
Okay.
Not pertinent to tonight, but still I'm curious.
Okay.
Well, I guess when I'm waking up, I'm guessing Rain's still awake from her seeing the ghost, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Caelynn will kind of jerk awake. Rain, are you okay?
Rain is just looking at Caelynn, kind of curious, like the cute, like.
Did you just have a dream?
Mm-mm. I saw a ghost that I've been looking for.
You saw what?
I saw a ghost that I've been looking for.
In the house?
Mm-hmm.
In this room?
Mm-hmm. But it disappeared. Dan, remind me what the ghost entity showed Rain.
Suffering. There's more emotions with some visuals, but effectively you were feeling this ghost's emotions of struggle and strife. In life, this ghost just did not have a good life, and it's longing for someone or something.
Okay. I'm gonna roll to see if she would have. Let's say would have.
What was it doing? Anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I will kind of give, because I know that Mallow was right there, so I'll give Mallow kind of a nice little pat. I'm gonna go and go downstairs for a bit. And Caelynn will go downstairs and probably see if I see anyone in the living area. If not, she'll probably just step outside into the night air to kind of catch her breath.
Emil's
Right.
probably in the kitchen having been woken up.
Are Mort and Aaron still inventing pizza at this point?
I think the 2 of you went to bed because someone else came through.
Right.
But I'm gonna hit a quick pause just to go around and get so that as Caelynn does that, Emil, go ahead and. Sorry,
before
Rain.
you-
I'm gonna get you right after. I just want to get everyone's reaction first.
All I was gonna say, I was just like, I'm gonna follow Caelynn down
Okay, cool.
to downstairs. That's all I was gonna say.
All right, neat. Emil.
So Emil woke up and I guess he would just go downstairs, look for some food in the kitchen, and just pace. Not really sure what to make of the dream, so.
Okay. All right. M's not here, so we'll retcon that after. And I'm kind of curious about Felix, if you're up for that, Ed. How do you think Felix back at the keep would react?
Felix mutters to himself, "What part of retired don't they understand?" Goes to the kitchen and just starts chopping some vegetables just to burn off some nervous energy.
Perfect.
I can see Felix. I can see you doing that, Ed.
That's awesome. Okay, I think that's everyone that's here. So, sorry. Go ahead and whomever wants to jump in now. If anyone hears anyone up, whatever you all want to do. Otherwise, we'll jump to the morning.
If Caelynn saw Emil, because she'll probably take a turn around the living room before she goes outside. So I'm just gonna say that I saw him there, especially since he mentioned he would be there. Warren did. So Caelynn will poke her head into the kitchen. Emil, is there a reason that you're up this late?
Yeah. Disturbing dream.
Oh, really? What about?
Don't tell me. The Runekeeper?
2 words? The skull?
Yeah.
Is that all that? Did you see anything else in addition to that?
I'm trying to remember which parts of my dream are real, which parts weren't, but it was definitely green light.
That's interesting.
Couldn't tell what it came from, if it was from a forest or a gem. I'm not sure.
I'm going to step outside for a couple of seconds, and she'll kind of go outside.
Rain is gonna come down and probably catch that last sentence, and I see Emil, and then before Caelynn walks off completely, where did it go? Where did it go? You know what? Never mind. I will save that.
Did you have a dream too, Rain?
Mm-mm. I saw a ghost. It looked really... It didn't look happy. But
Was it Caelynn's father?
Mm-mm. This ghost had him, like, maybe it could have been a halfling, but I can't really tell.
You didn't see the face?
Mm-mm. It's been hiding its face. This is the second time I've seen this ghost. I don't know why, but...
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, but Emil, when he was wearing the robe of ice, saw the ghost under the blanket in Black Rock Landing? Or Mets?
I feel like Black Rock Landing was the first place. And then at least a couple times since that we probably wouldn't have covered. But we did cover a couple more times since in your travels.
Okay, and each time it was under a blanket, right?
Yeah, since you see them sort of it's become regular place. However, this one is the only one that it seems to repeat. You know, they don't typically tend to be the same. So you would have noticed this one.
Okay, I mean, I want to ask Rain if it was under a blanket, but I don't want to do it if it's meta knowledge. I want to
no,
make
you
sure
would have
that
seen
Emil...
that. Same thing, just a blanket draped over covering its features.
So
and Rain would have acknowledged it would have been in a blanket too.
So it was under a blanket, not doing this, not with a hood. It was under a blanket.
Mm-hmm. I think it was trying to tell me something. And then, right before Caelynn woke up, it disappeared.
Right before?
Mm-hmm.
We may need to talk to Mortimer or Aaron when this... If the message I got disturbed the ghost, then something really big is going on. I've seen that ghost before. Is it still around? I don't have my robe of eyes on. I'm sleeping and getting up and going to the fridge for a pizza, so I don't have my magical gear on. So. Is the ghost still around?
Dan?
You don't
Can
see
I roll?
it currently. Yeah,
Okay.
you don't have...
Mm-mm. Rain is just gonna look around before... I don't see it. And this is the same ghost that Rain saw in the caverns, like when she was barely with, and then Eckerd.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the same? Well, I didn't see anything because it wasn't too important, but I saw the ghost when we were in the caverns. Barely. Because I was waking up at the time.
Was the ghost just following us? Was it following you? Was it did it seem to be most interested in one of us in particular?
Mm-hmm.
I think I need to start wearing my robe of eyes more often. We need to get to the bottom of this ghost. If it needs help, I'd like to help it.
Me too. I was granted this power to help people to pass on instead of lingering on.
Makes sense. Then I will follow your lead then. But yeah, first I'll try and start wearing my robe of eyes more often so that I can see beyond the obvious. I guess Caelynn's left. Is it close to morning, Dan?
Yeah. Probably
Okay,
4:35, something like that.
Well, I'm up now, Rain. You want some breakfast?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Oh, go
Emil is gonna. I don't think Emil has cooked for the party at all, but
Ooh.
Emil is gonna try and make some oatmeal. So, give me all the disadvantage you need to give me.
Nice. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead and roll a. You can either do like a dexterity check for the the manual aspect of it. Would probably be best. And yeah, you can do it at disadvantage. But it'll still be a moderately easy DC if it's oatmeal.
While Emil is making breakfast, Rain is going to go check on Caelynn.
Oh. What's
Like-
With disadvantage, that'd be 12.
It's 12 is actually a pretty decent oatmeal. You found some little fruits to put in there too that were picked up last night by these the new servants. Or I guess they would have gone out like at the crack of dawn to get some. So you find some fresh ingredients in the kitchen, make some tasty oatmeal.
I don't know. We can make a big deal about it. Felix's cooking. I mean, I've made one meal and it's great. Like, this is easy.
Out.
I think if I'd known, I would have done this years ago.
Awesome. All right, Rain, I'm going to get to you and Caelynn in a minute. I just want to hit up Mort next and see what you're up to. If you're sleeping still since nothing, or if you want an opportunity to get up.
I'll probably wake up normal time.
Okay.
Not early, not terribly early. Wander down to the kitchen to probably just absentmindedly, it's like I really should clean up. We probably left a mess, so it's probably a good idea to go down there and clean up what was left over.
Maybe the servants cleaned it up.
Well, I will discover. So that's what I'll start off doing, I suppose.
Okay. And Aaronwyn, do you want to get up at normal time, or do you have would this?
Yeah, she doesn't have any reason to wake up early, so she'll get up still probably like fairly close. Like, she'll get her 8 hours, but still be up fairly close to dawn
Okay.
because she's used to that. And then she'll like go get food, go get a bowl and then eat it on the way down to go study the runes more.
Okay. Do you all recall if Emercina came back to the keep at the end of the night,
Nope,
or
she
went
did not.
back out? Right. Okay.
She
She-
ran to the prison.
She
Well,
came
then she
back.
came
She
back.
talked to Emil. Emil made her run off in tears.
That's right. Sorry to bring that up. Yeah. my B.
Yeah, but she ended up I just rewatched it today for notes. But she went to the prison, then she went back to her camp. But she didn't come back to the estate.
Okay. Neat. In that case, I think Blueberry is going to get up at the right time in M. So we'll jump backwards a little bit in time, 4:35. We're Caelynn. Rain, you're going to head out and see Caelynn. Caelynn, what are you up to after leaving the building?
Caelynn's probably outside pacing, not too far, just kind of in the yard or whatever is out there in front of the house.
Nice. All right, that's what you see, Rain, as you exit the building.
They are going to just sit and just watch Caelynn pace back and forth, not interrupting.
Caelynn's still pacing back and forth, probably muttering to herself, kind of under her breath. I'm not sure if it even would be audible to anyone, but you can definitely tell that she's just kind of like trying to figure things out. Maybe even like flipping through her journal on things that she's kept notes on. So.
Okay. Gosh, what is it here? Nothing for them yet.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. Hey, I'm trying to make. You could see this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Never.
Okay.
I just had to read a spell.
Gotcha. All right, so we'll fast forward a little bit to when Mort and Aaron, when everyone's waking up. Mort, as you return to the kitchen, is Emil still there, or are you kind of has Emil moved on?
No, Emil would be in the kitchen. Kind of probably by the time sitting at the table, just kind of waiting for the two more arcane types to come down so you can ask questions about the dream and the ghost and stuff like that.
Nice. You see a cauldron hanging above the fire. Big wooden spoon in there. Emil stirs it every so often. It smells pretty tasty. Oatmeal. See some fresh fruit chopped and placed next to it. Some bowls out. Is Aaron getting up at... Oh, sorry.
I should say whoever comes down first will take a conversation with, but I assume you're not coming down like hand in hand.
Nice. Right. I'm sorry. Let me pause real quick because I was so hung up on Felix I didn't ask Galathor what he's up to this morning. I'm sorry, Galathor. Did any of the ruckus earlier wake you up, or would you like to sleep in until regular time?
Galathor's actually going to sleep in extra. He's gonna take this opportunity to actually get a good night's sleep.
Of course.
Nice. Okay.
Just rubbing it in. Just rubbing it in.
Okay, Rain, you had something you were saying?
Oh, before you go back to the next hour, Rain would just watch. Caelynn just pass, and Rain would think that Caelynn's okay. She'd just process it, and she would go back inside and get some food. And she's with Emil.
Okay, so Rain, you're the first one to enter the kitchen as Emil is probably just finishing up the oatmeal. But if you don't want to roleplay that, that's fine. We can advance it until when Mort comes down. Mort, you'll be next.
I mean, if Emil doesn't have anything.
Okay. So. Kind of silently sit in the kitchen until Mort arrives a little bit later.
I'll come in and say hello. Good morning to Emil.
Morning. I made some oatmeal.
All right, we've stumbled upon a snack experiment. I'm just going to clean up a little bit. Don't mind me.
No problem. I actually had a question.
Sure.
Did you have a specific dream that woke you up last night? I'm asking because Caelynn and I had the same dream, and I'm...
No, not really. Nothing.
Okay, interesting. So beyond the fact that Caelynn and I had the same dream, and it was a warning about something that we've seen in the past, Rain said that they were talking to a ghost, and the ghost vanished right before the message came. That struck me as potentially some kind of an arcane interaction, and as you know, I am still very much learning, so I wondered if you had any insight into the thing that sent us a message. Was a pretty powerful dragon, so I wouldn't be surprised if
Did you say dragon?
Oh, look what the cat dragged in.
Hey, I smell
Look
food.
what the dragon dragged in.
I smell food.
Mort just like, and when you walked in, you see just Rain just asleep on Emil's shoulder.
I'll keep my tone down. I don't want to wake her up.
What?
And Rain just wakes up. Just
Sorry. Sorry.
They give Emil a glare and just goes back to sleep.
Erwin, same question for you. Did you get woken up by a dream with a message last night?
I mean, I had a really weird dream, but didn't have a message in it or anything.
So Caelynn and I did, and it involved a dragon we met a long time ago. So, as I was just telling Mort, at the same time, Rain was talking to a ghost, and the ghost vanished when the message was sent. The dragon last I saw was on the continent of Calais, so nowhere near here. I wonder if you knew anything about an arcane sending that would be powerful enough to contact somebody on another continent in their sleep and disrupt ghosts. I realize that's a very specific question, but it's kind of what happened last night.
I mean, I know about sendings a little bit, but that's all like mental stuff. I really don't know anything about ghosts. So, and it's not really arcane magic that disrupts ghosts and other things. It's more holy magic. That would be Galathor's realm. But I don't, and this little one here apparently. But I don't think a sending would be powerful enough. If the ghost vanished, it did it on it. It sounds like it would have done it on its own.
Well, maybe it's unrelated. I'm grasping at straws here because the message seemed like a warning. So,
Oh, what kind of warning?
At this time, Rain kind of gently wakes up at the mention of holy, whatever you said, Sam.
Holy magic.
Yeah.
holy moly.
Holy cow.
No.
So Mort's going to say, well, I mean, sending will work across planes, but it's usually a targeted spell. And for it to disrupt you, Caelynn, and an unrelated ghost, that doesn't sound like, that sounds like something more.
You said it was from a dragon, right? Do you know how old they were?
I'm gonna naively say they were very powerful.
Because if it's an ancient dragon, then yeah, they can do magic that powerful.
Further to your point, Mortimer, this ghost has been... I've seen this ghost in a number of cities, so it's possible it's following us, so maybe it's not as unrelated as I thought.
Hang on, you guys are haunted by a ghost? What?
I know, it's cool, isn't it?
Not the word I would have picked.
Rain
No?
giggles.
Is it occasional or just infrequent, or does it seem to pop up at when certain things happen? Or
Well, I saw the ghost in the caverns.
I don't... See, here's the thing. I think... Rain, can you always see ghosts?
I've had this ability since, I would say, around when I was 5 or 6.
That sounds terrible. I can only see the ghosts when I have my robe of eyes on, so... And I only kind of wear it when I think I'm in danger for the most part, so... But I'm thinking I need to start wearing it all the time to answer that very question.
Well, the Raven Queen granted me this power to help the people who have a hard time passing on to another life. So, I have
Oh,
this
please.
ability.
Please don't tell Seb you worship the Raven Queen. I'm not sure I could stand what the fallout would be.
Well,
Were the two words anything of significance to you, or either of you?
What do you know about demi-liches?
All
What do we know about demi-liches now?
Nice. You can
We
both
both
roll a
turned it-
history check. If you're
Okay.
proficient in history, yeah, I guess it would just be a straight history check on this one.
Actually, Dan, do we know it was a demi-lich? I mean, I know that was meta knowledge, but did the Runekeeper tell us that at some point? or-
Yeah, he did. He's the one who told us that.
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I thought.
What-
But
Can I make an Arcana roll?
I have a question. Would Ren know about demi-lunches being?
Yes, you may.
Yes.
You can do a religion check, Rain. If you're
Cool.
not proficient in history, then you can
I'm
do
proficient in history and religion, but
Oh, okay.
and then
Do history then would be the ideal. You can choose either one, actually.
I'll choose
I got
religion.
I got an 18 Arcana. So if that doesn't work with learning about demi-liches, 18 Arcana to know about sending spells and like if this sort of thing would disrupt spirits.
You're not familiar with any particular ones from the history books, as it were. However, you are familiar with the arcane
Concept of
knowledge of those. Yes, when lich become too powerful or more powerful than their they don't need their bodies any longer. Then usually a particular individual piece of their body begins to absorb all the power. They have a number of soul gems that trap souls and also operate as multiple phylacteries to keep them alive. And of course, you know about phylacteries. So they're usually fairly powerful liches beyond the normal typical lich.
Okay.
I rolled a 16 for religion.
Okay, and more?
Well, that's not good.
15 plus 9, so
9.
and I got a plus 9 on all those. I'm proficient in history, religion,
Wizards.
Nice.
and Arcana. So
All right, Rain, you are you have been you understand what the demi-lich is, just as Aaron does, just from your history end of things.
They're not good.
Yeah, you can't recall many in particular by name, but you do know what they are. They're more powerful than a lich, and there's usually one body part that all their power lingers in. Mort, you have a list in mind of a bunch of lich that you could easily just name off. In fact, the first thing that pops in your mind is asking for more details surrounding this, so maybe you can narrow that list down. Because what did you have? 25?
yeah, 24, 15 plus
24.
9.
Okay.
9.
9.
9.
So,
Aaron, when be further to your point, Caelynn met the dragon, and she has more arcane knowledge than I do, or at least she did when we met the dragon, so she might be a good person to better answer your question. Sorry, Mort, you were saying something.
I have might be something related to a demi-lich, and I have a few that I'm rumbling through in my head. Do you have anything?
Details.
Yeah, that would.
Give this man details and he can learn anything.
I slip heroin and a slice of leftover pizza.
Yes.
So the power
resides with the, I guess, the
power
body.
resides either in the skull or in some green gems in the skull. He was associated, or he or she was associated with Bexley before they were moved from that location.
Okay.
See, that's not good.
Brain
Yeah.
is just gonna.
Skull.
Caelynn and Emersina might know more.
Okay. Do we know what happened to this? Did you encounter the skull, or?
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah.
You
All
can't
right,
hold anything back, or else we can't really help you. You gotta tell
No,
us everything.
I had probably better tell a story. We might have stolen the skull and gems, and we might have been affected by runic curses. That was Caelynn and I and a few others, Felix too, actually, we managed to have those runic brands cured by the runekeeper, who's the dragon in question. But
Dan, do I know of this dragon? Being a rune child and a half dragon, can I make a roll for it?
Yeah, you can do history or probably history. You can do with advantage too.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I got the same roll.
Oh no!
Yeah, I got the same roll both times. 4.
Ah!
Oh no!
That sounds really cool. I've got to meet this person. I've got to meet this dragon.
So seeing the obvious enthusiasm on Aaron's face, I am so sorry, Aaron. I can't believe I've known you all this time, known your passion for runes, and never mentioned that I know a dragon called the Runekeeper. I am so sorry.
Well, where is he? Can we go? More? Can we go? More? We gotta go. More. We gotta go.
Well, let's find out. We have to find. Well,
She's sitting in her chair, like tapping her feet, like. Come on.
like Mort's sort of like concerned because he's like figuring out that it's not a good idea to probably piss off a demi-lich. So he wanders over to the kitchen, starts a pot of coffee.
He's getting out the coffee. I'm gonna just start lining up the food for him because Mort and I have been spending like a week studying together.
While they have this conversation, Rain is just gonna leave the kitchen because what in her head, all they're talking is just like the horns and boring stuff. Yes, she's they're bored.
Talking sports that you're not interested in, yeah.
And then she's gonna find Callie, and they are going. And well, first off, Rain's gonna find Callie.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna let their thing play out since it's sort of in the middle, not to break their thing, and then we'll jump into you.
You're good. I just had to get out there before I forget.
No problem.
Why is everyone so excited about runes and dragons? What's up?
Why wouldn't you be excited about runes and dragons, Galathor?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Galathor.
Oh, and before Rain goes on her little mission, she just runs up and hugs Galathor. I don't know if he's going to accept the hug, but
Sure.
Galathor, there's oatmeal. And did you have a dream that woke you up last night with a skull and a message?
Sounds like quite a strange dream, but no, I slept quite soundly last night.
I'm going to ask Emil, was anyone else still with us, in air quotes, that also encountered? We can see if perhaps they have had the same thing happen to them.
Just Caelynn, Em, and myself, but Felix back at the keep. A few others who are no longer around.
You hear the front door open. M's returned.
Good morning, Em. How'd you sleep?
She kind of gives, once over look. All right, I suppose.
Did you dream of the Runekeeper and a skull?
She kind of walks past you, grabs a bowl, and pauses as you ask. I was really hoping that was just a dream. No, but I guess not. Yes, I did. Is that thing really back? What did the room?
Well, I think the first question is, do we believe the message was really from the Runekeeper? Because if the message was really from the Runekeeper, I have a lot of faith that a serious warning from a Runekeeper is serious.
Is it a warning or was it a call to help?
It was 2 words long. It was the skull. So maybe both, neither. I'm not sure.
So, we're gonna have to go find him to ask, right?
You seem awfully eager, Aaron.
As a dragon named the Runekeeper.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's also M's brother.
Oh yeah.
Gotta get that fool out of here.
Well, I have.
Do we have a way of contacting the Runekeeper?
It would have to. Well, we could do sending, but it would have to be someone who. I certainly don't know. I haven't seen the Runekeeper, so I couldn't do sending. But I could. I was going to suggest maybe I could close the circle on this, and it would be wise to contact Felix and see if he had the same dream, if he was affected. I could certainly do that.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, I think everybody else that was there is either dead or I haven't seen them since the Feywild, so... Would it have reached the Feywild?
That's an excellent question.
Let me just see if M has the spell and would... I mean, anyone in here that understands, so if Aaron, if you understand that, or if you have it.
I have a message, so I know how this sort of magic works.
Typically, there's definitely in the same plane of existence, yes. If it's on a different plane of existence, the chances decrease.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's possible. It's way more difficult.
Okay, so if it might have, but we can't ask them without some chance of failure. I don't know if it's worth asking Felix or not. I mean, I'm curious, but the fact that Caelynn and I all saw it and the rest of you didn't.
M looks up. Didn't Felix retire? Sprinkling fruit in her oatmeal.
Well, and that's the thing is, if we have enough evidence that bothering him won't help, I'd rather leave Felix to his tranquility, really.
Okay, I'll defer to you on that. That's certainly understandable.
I mean, look, and Emil kind of looks at M when he says this. I'm trying to be wise, but my instincts don't always lead me in the right direction.
She just eats her oatmeal, kind of like...
Totally fair reaction. Well, whatever's going on, we should probably get Caelynn in on it. I think she was a little bit closer to the Runekeeper than the rest of us. So.
I'll get her. M pushes her chair out a little abruptly and heads out of the kitchen to find Caelynn. Where's Caelynn this morning after?
She's no longer pacing. She's just kind of sitting outside. Isn't there like a pond or something outside?
Sure, there is now.
Sure, great. She's sitting by the pond.
Okay. And walks around a bit. She came from a different direction, so she... Caelynn. Morning.
Oh, you're back. Did you have it too?
Yeah, just what I needed. I'm sure it's what we all needed. More troubles.
I take it everyone's talking about it inside?
Yeah, I think they want to get your feedback.
Okay. Caelynn will get up and go inside.
Okay. And we'll walk back with you, and the two of them arrive in the kitchen. And sits back down and continues eating the bowl.
Hey, everyone's up.
I just like Caelynn a bowl of porridge.
Blueberries under
Thanks.
the table.
Caelynn says thank you, but she doesn't touch it. So, yeah. I take it, did you guys have the dream as well, or no?
Morton, Erwin, yeah, shake their heads now.
We're thinking that only people who met the Runekeeper got the message.
We have to see him.
Yes, we do.
Well, we have to rescue M's brother. You have city business to attend, and we have to contact him. Be nice to find a way to contact him without precluding the other two.
Mortimer, do you know anything?
Sounds from the descriptions that I'm getting that something very powerful. Well, the message probably came from, if this runekeeper is an ancient dragon, he would certainly have the ability to contact you with that message. But it's disconcerting that he also affected a ghost, which may or may not be related or somehow connected to you, your group, the group.
Can you contact him?
If he's on the same plane,
You could try.
See, the problem is, I don't. You know what?
Because it's a lot. It's very, very difficult if you don't know them.
Mort just remembers the trick Emil pulled with Caelynn's father, and I say, Emil, if you can do me a favor and cast a minor illusion of what the rune dragon runekeeper look like, that would give me add to the percentages of me being able to, having an idea of what he looks like and where he is, possibly.
Dan, did we only see him as a dragon, or only as a human, or both?
You saw him as both. Mm-hmm.
Both.
I think you only saw him as a dragon just in the beginning. Otherwise, for the most part, he was in the humanoid form.
So I've seen him both human and dragon. Is there a form that works better for the identity? I mean, the reason I'm asking, I would assume that a dragon would be better, but I've seen about one dragon in my life, and I don't know that I could give you an illusion of a dragon that looks exactly like the runekeeper, whereas the human form that he takes on is more distinctive to me, and I could do a better job on it.
Well, the human is the runekeeper. The dragon is its true form. So I would say a dragon has a better chance of success. But if you're more familiar with the human form, that is still him. They just shape change.
And Mort's just going to say, I'm just going to ask, it would be really, I guess, we're working in percentages here of how likely it is if he's contactable, if that's a word.
It is now.
It is now. Another invention for the dynamic duo.
Fist bump.
The only other issue that kind of lowers the odds is he's going to be hearing my voice, and he may not know what's going on with that. Does any of you have sending that actually he has spoken with?
Could you mention our names?
Oh, I certainly could. Yes, that would help. I guess that's true.
May I ask, did I think you covered the whole story with Mortimer as far as all the details, right? You just kind of generally...
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just feed you some information more so I don't forget, if that's okay.
Sure.
In relation to that, because you rolled so high.
And this is more talking.
Nice. Well, there are 5 demi-lich that come to mind. That would be powerful enough. As far
That's
as
5 too many demi-lich in this world.
The location seems odd, but there are not 5. There are a few. There are a couple that I think it couldn't be. Alcigar the Maker used to create golems in the Underdark. That doesn't seem to line up with anything. There's always Acerak, which you'll all know as the lich in the front of the Dungeon Master Guide. That's fairly powerful, but not really known to be in this area, but does seem to line up with a few of the points. I think we can cross Wolgreth off of our list, as they live out in Askelhorn. Weird. Netheril, and they haven't been heard from for quite a while. There's even rumors that they died due to heavy magic exposure in a battle. There's, of course, Ythaz Buvar, or Buvar, that may check off a few boxes on your description. Also, pretty nasty piece of work. Used to be a red wizard of Thay, one of the founders of modern day Thay. So they can be pretty nasty, as powerful as you've described. And of course there's Kangax as well. A very, very nasty individual even before his undeath. Let's say also from Netheril. It's a possibility, also checks a few boxes off. I think that we want to keep an eye out for some of those names or references, maybe do a little research when we can. But those are the ones that I can think of anyway, that we can exclude a couple of those that I mentioned, and the others, may check some boxes off.
Okay, so that's what we know.
Mm-hmm.
That's who we suspect the skull could be.
May I have Caelynn, Emil, and M roll an intelligence check with disadvantage?
Of course.
So I take it you are. You all aren't talking in metaphor then. These are actual dragons and actual demi-witches.
Yes. That's 14 total, Dan.
Aaronwyn just looks at Galathor like, yes, actual dragons.
20 with disadvantage.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
What? Okay, well, M got a 6.
Wow.
Emil?
He said 20 with disadvantage.
That's amazing. So, Emil, you... one of those names happens to ring a bell for you. One of those names was mentioned by Sterling Sam at one point in reference to something else going on in the world quite some time ago.
Back in Bexley or before that?
This was, I feel like you were elsewhere. I feel like it was before that. I feel like it was probably a good 20, 30 episodes ago. But I can look it up to find out for sure. Because I can't remember quite the context of the conversation, but I know that she plugged it in there.
I was thinking, was it the one where I asked about the vampirism?
You know what? It could be.
Because we got kind of a general update from her before I pulled her aside to ask that question. So
Yeah. Ythaz Buvar. Back in many millennia ago, he sought out a mortal body to inhabit and sent many of his various minions, vampires, wights, ghosts, and lesser forms of undead, to search for a suitable victim. Was unable to find one that could house him. And I think that's where she mentioned it. But Ythaz, it's why this isn't me. This is lore, so I didn't do the spelling. Ythazz, and then the last name is Buvar. So just to give a quick recap, Mort, this is knowledge you would have that you haven't shared yet, but you know more detailed info. Ythaz was one of the members of the original group of Red Wizards when Thay was still a province of the Empire of Mulhorand. Millennia ago, he led his fellows in revolt. They sacked and destroyed some town, provincial capital, Del Humide, at the Battle of Thazalhart. A lot of this you don't have to worry too much about, Mort, but I'll try and emphasize the things that you know are of importance, like the Red Wizards, and that he was one of the founders. Yada 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 yada. Summoned a demon lord Eltab to the Red Wizard's aid, and they won, driving them out. Ythaz and the other wizards formed the basis of modern Thay. In fact, they established Zolkirs, one from each school of magic, as the supreme authorities of the land. Among that original group, Ythaz was considered the leader, and many called him the first Zolkir. In time, however, Ythaz grew bored of political business and preferred to spend his time in magical research. He transformed himself into a lich and settled deep within the catacombs under Bezendar. Roll a side history check, if you would.
Okay.
Disadvantage, though, if you would.
All right.
In time, he evolved to demi-lich status, totally concerned with concerned with his research, but not completely forgetting the land he'd helped create. In truth, he schemed to return and unleash terrible vengeance upon those Thans who did not honor his memory.
4 + 9, 13.
Okay.
9.
That's a whiff, probably.
Okay, so that's some of the info that you have. You know that he does in fact reside in his skull, adorned with 2 giant emerald soul gems and a multitude used as teeth.
Okay, so after relaying all that, so that's what we're looking at. Did you encounter the skull? Did you? Why would he just or did you encounter him in first? I mean, the skull is him, so.
From memory, it was Caelynn that put the skull in the bag, right?
Of course it was.
So Emil's going to kind of glance at Caelynn and speak very quickly before Caelynn can. Yeah, we carried it around with us for a little while, but we handed it off to the Runekeeper.
Oh, okay.
Two questions, I guess, about Ythaz. One, is there any particular runic lore related with Ythaz? And second, I think Sterling Sam said something about Ythaz having minions in the vampire and undead realm. Does that ring a bell?
Is that to me, or is that to?
That's two in general. I mean, the rune question can be to Aaron one, but.
You wouldn't know about Ythaz, I don't think, Aaron. When you could do a because you did a check, sort of. No.
What would I be able to know? Is knowing stuff about demi-liches, knowing that they're powerful undead spellcasters, and knowing what I do about runes, would I be able to figure out if soul gems are a type of runic thing?
You do an Arcana check and see if there's any connection between the two.
19.
Okay. You imagine that a soul gem could be inscribed with runes, amplified in one way or another, but you're not sure if it's a required thing.
Okay.
Well, I guess I have a suggestion. I mean, if we're going to try and contact the Runekeeper, maybe M or Caelynn can assist Mortimer, but if Ythaz had anything to do with vampires, I have a vampire connection that I can make that may potentially have some lore to share if I can get a hold of her.
What? You have a vampire contact?
I do.
That's terrifying and really cool.
I don't. She's not exactly your typical vampire. She's a friend of Sterling Sam's.
I don't recall if I've met Sterling Sam or not.
At our keep with Nala up a tree?
Right.
That's right. That's right.
should know that Sterling Sam is generally good, so I'm trying to imply that the vampire is generally good.
Dan just laughs. Well, why don't you do the minor illusion thingy? We'll have Mort do sending to the Runekeeper, so we can figure out, like, if he, like, we can be like, hey, yo, more details, please. You want us to come help? And then if he needs us to come help, we should definitely go and help him, because that would be cool. Because that wasn't a very specific message. Just like, I don't know. Why don't we do that? And then once we have more information about that, we can decide where to go from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth. I mean, it literally costs us nothing to try, and we should try. So let's see if we can contact this Runekeeper.
Oh, Aaron, when?
Mm.
Actually, quickly, Dan. The Runekeeper was at it was Tensor University of Metz, right?
Yes.
Aaron, when just so that you're fully aware, the Runekeeper in Metz is at Tensor University, and I know you have history with him.
Okay. Good to know.
Sorry, I just thought you should know.
No, I mean, that's good, because then I can prepare myself instead of freaking out when we get there.
The Runekeeper did seem extremely trustworthy, though.
I mean, he's a dragon. What color was he?
White, Dan?
I believe he was gold.
Yeah.
I think he was gold too.
Let's go. Steph narrowed her eyes at me.
He was gold, and to be totally fair, I think he gave Caelynn some books, which is probably why she really likes him.
Oh, well, yeah, he's a gold dragon. Then, yeah, you can definitely trust him.
Mm-hmm. It's also
He
where Caelynn
also-
learned her library spell.
He also taught me the library spell.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and I am not being facetious or ironic when I say that.
Nice.
But can't dragons illusion their... Never mind. I don't want to answer that question. We'll talk about it later. Anyways, go ahead.
You can trust metallic dragons, and she taps some of her scales.
Mm-hmm.
We're the good
But
guys.
only the gold ones, right?
Her scales are bronze.
Okay,
Right.
Mortimer, shall we...
Well,
Okay, I guess you need me to illusion... Alright, let me try and do an illusion for you, Mort. Em and Caelynn can help me if I'll try the human form first and see if
Sure.
we can build a composite of the Runekeeper. So, Dan, I'll
just before you do that, I'll run the message past everyone. So see if
Rain
anybody
is
has
not
it.
in there. Rain walked off, just FYI.
Okay. Just for for thoughts and contribution, I guess. While you were, I scratched down notes on what I was going to say. Runekeeper, I am a companion of Caelynn, Emil, and Emersina. Did you send a message? Are you in peril? What can be done?
How can we help? Maybe.
Can we help? Okay, we'll change that to can we help?
Or how can we help?
How can we help? All right, that's okay.
Do you have that many words left?
I'm right on the edge of like 20.
You currently no response.
Okay. All right, so nothing. Okay. All right.
Em is going to finishing up her oatmeal turn and Well, I don't know. Let me ask Galathor, are you wearing your tabard this early? Is this part, you always have the symbol on, like, your pajamas? Or
That would be amazing, yes.
Perfect. I love that.
What paladin doesn't? Let's be honest.
I'm just going to kind of turn, I have to get my brother out of that prison. When I bought that information, something about that symbol on it too. In the prison, some relic or something.
A relic, you say?
It's a book, I guess. I was with some other people buying information, and one of them was looking into that.
Dan, does this ring any bells for me?
It does. It's there's a possibility that it is one of the items that on your list. It could be, without knowing, all the details of the book.
I wouldn't mind investigating this further with you, Emercy Knife. When you go.
Oh, certainly, yeah. I mean, I feel bad that you're all putting yourselves at risk to help me out. But so if I can give back, share the information, help you find it if that's something that's is for you. You know that it's a whole crew. I can't remember whatever deity they worship there. I can almost think of the name because it's
Roger?
Thank you.
Is that the
yeah. They all worship Roger there. It struck me as odd that they'd have something. But it's supposed to be old and have some old manuscript or something in it, if that sounds right. Which definitely sounds like the item on your list.
Do I know of Roger? I wasn't here for the past
Oh,
couple
sorry.
episodes, so
He's a dwarvish god.
Yeah,
Right.
of justice. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which is totally made up. So we'll say that it's actually a conflicting deity to yours. Sort of. In some ways, there was some betrayal in the past or something. Since I think they're sort of akin in a way. What is yours? Not justice, but it's...
Helm is like the deity of protection. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he also might be the deity of doors.
That's so
Weird
cool.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Not headwear.
Roger's the deity of windows, which I think is where some of the... or locks, perhaps. So you'd be aware of their existence and previous conflicts.
Roger and Helm, the deity I worship, have a history. I don't know if I'd be welcome in the presence of these Roger worshippers, but if you can find me some more information, I would definitely be more than happy to explore this with you.
Sure. I'll write down everything I can remember.
Thank you.
I can probably see if that individual's still in town. They were looking for it as well, so they may have the rest of the info.
And please let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Kind of reluctant to put other people in harm's way for her benefit. Sure. Thank you. I like your PJs.
Oh my goodness, I haven't changed. I will be right back.
Oh, you're fine.
You look fine like that,
Nice.
It's unseeming of someone of my position.
You look fine like that,
You can see Galathor's thick buns through the silk pajamas as he walks out of
No,
the kitchen.
Dan. No.
Stop sexualizing my characters, Dan.
I'm sorry.
Without his permission.
Right,
gosh.
that's true.
Aaronwyn is definitely not staring.
Awesome.
Bert's going to look at Caelynn and Emersina and say, there's no easy way to get back here. So if we really can't, we really shouldn't, I guess. We have some unattended business here. We should take care of that here first, because we're looking at another sea voyage getting back here as we stand right now. There's no.
Didn't you find a teleportation?
Yeah, what
circle
about
here?
teleportation circles?
I asked around in town, and they said there isn't any here. They're not really big on
That's
magic.
ridiculous.
It is what it is. But we really should, it would be another, yada yada sea voyage to get back here from the nearest teleportation circle. Just I
I'll
wanted
be
to make
back.
Okay.
Caelynn leaves.
Nice. Side note, Mort, too, as long if any of the crew has the sigil for the city of Metz circle, I think that your spell, can work from here to that. I think.
Oh yeah, we can get there.
Gotcha.
Right. It's not it's the getting back. That's
Gotcha.
the problem.
Okay. Gotcha.
All
Sorry.
we have to do is just level up like 5 more levels, and then we get 7-level spells. Or no, it's like next level.
Next level, yeah. I was going to
We
say.
get 7th level spells, and then we can just straight up teleport.
Yeah, teleport. Yeah.
Yes. Next level, I get 3rd level spells. Yes.
I wasn't going to, not say that and be, well, yes, I will acquire the skill in a little bit, but not right now.
Got any mobs for us to grind, Zan?
Right. Get it. So M, says, to Galathor whenever he comes back, that individual is in sort of a shady part of town, up on the second level. So if any of us go, we might want to make sure we are armed.
I've got 2.
She chuckles. That's awesome.
0 a week, folks.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that we could get that information and see. I was only there for part of it. The rest was meant solely for her. And so they may have, I think they were buying information on the location and what the worshippers of Roger were doing with it, or intending to do with it. You can check that out if you wanted after breakfast. Actually, she's going to turn to Caelynn because you have that tour.
Caelynn left.
Set.
Caelynn left.
Oh, she'll be like, where'd Caelynn go?
Caelynn's gone off to be a political power, I think.
Did we still have that tour of the prison this morning?
To be fair, I don't think he ever told us a time.
Okay.
He just said meet me at the prison.
Okay. All right. Then perhaps after breakfast is done, and once Caelynn returns, maybe. She kind of looks around to see if anyone's interested in going.
If Galathor's going, I will.
And maybe the more the better. I'll certainly volunteer my services.
Okay. All right. Well, first, I really need to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna go take care of that. And
Don't
we
eat
can
too
carry
much porridge again now.
Yes, I put too many.
That's what it'll be.
Plums and prunes. Awesome. All right, so we'll take our bio break. Take an 8 to 10 minute bio break, then we'll be back. I'm gonna go make a delicious
Dan.
cup of coffee.
Hey, Dan.
Mhm.
I've been waiting patiently.
Oh, go
I
for
didn't
it.
want to sit,
Yeah, thank you.
but I think, we could role play after the break. But Rain's mission.
Mhm.
She used that excuse, but she's gonna look for that ghost and more ghost.
Okay, make an investigation check, Rain, if you would. And then
Oh, boy.
one out.
I have some role playing, but
Investigation. Ugh! Okay. I wish I was proficient in investigation. Oh, that's not bad. 13. Pike is rolling good tonight. I might have jinxed it.
Nice. You walk out and you see, you don't see the ghost with a sheet over itself, but you do see a wandering spirit sort of walking out of the city gates, and it's almost as though sometimes these ghosts get sort of trapped in a loop where they relive their final moment or their final day, and you see this particular ghost armored up and sort of gleefully walking out and down towards the deep.
Alright. I'm gonna follow it. So I'm outside.
Okay. Oh, you're in the house still.
Yeah.
You can see it out of a window. I mean, there's a pretty good roll as far as that goes, so... But you don't see any in the house, definitely not, or on the property. Just, you see one in the distance walking down the street.
Cool.
All right. We'll go ahead and take our break there. We will catch you all soon. I'm going to put up our... so I'm not going to mute us, but I will put up our cool Be Right Back Soon slideshow.
That's great.
We'll catch you all shortly.
I don't know how long I'm gonna make it. Talking about food is making me hungry. My mom made chili, so I'm really hungry. Ed, I'm glad to have you back. We're glad to have you back.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad not to have to work super late on a Friday.
Why? Okay, so why did your work decided to put you in work you overtime?
Because I'm the only one who can do what I can do. It's generally how that goes.
So what do you do exactly? I never asked you that. I think I have, but I forgot. If
Yeah.
you could talk about it.
No,
If
I
you
can
can't,
talk about it.
Okay. Are you
I work at
secretly Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Am I secretly a what? I like this. I like the way the story is going. It's a good...
I was like, are you secretly a voice actor?
No, I wish I were that cool. But I actually work for a company that sells and rents two-way radio equipment.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Nice.
like walkie-talkies, basically. And my job is to support these little guys. They're much smaller and slimmer than a regular walkie-talkie, and they work off of a 4G LTE network.
Oh, nice. So, like, the walkie-talkies that, like, people who work, like, security, stuff like that?
You got it. Yeah, exactly.
Ah, cool. Yeah. So, right now, my boyfriend is majoring in cybersecurity, double
sweet.
majoring in cybersecurity and computer science. So, he had a test today, which he barely passed, which I'm glad he passed.
Jeez.
You told me what class it was, but I forgot. See, information like that, it just doesn't stick with me. I hear dice. I don't know. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some chili.
Sounds good.
Oh, what is that, Frank? Oh, that's what I was hearing. What was in that package? Okay, I still don't know what that is.
It's a peanut butter tasty cake.
Never heard of it. Well, I'm from Oklahoma, and we have Route 66. Ooh.
Peanut butter and cake
Dang.
and chocolate.
Dang. I don't know if my mom ate all the. Well, my mom, for my mom's 50th birthday, one of my sister's friends, college friends, sent her you put ingredients in a jar and you just dump it out and just put the milk and the eggs and the butter. She made peanut butter and oats brownies. And that's what it was. And then they're
Sounds
so
good.
good. But it's too rich for me. Yeah, I've been waiting patiently.
I know. I was going to say thanks for hanging in through the info.
You're good. I mean, Rain would just walk out just because she's
Yeah.
bored. For a 10-year-old, she's like, "This is boring. I'm gonna go find Ghost." It was either that or they would have went back to sleep with boring information. Like she would have like you know how you get tired and you fall asleep in meetings. That would have been Rain.
Or doing documentation. No, not at all.
Yeah. But she is.
No, I can totally see that. I mean,
I have a song by Rebecca Sugar in my head. Pike has been doing well. I'd never rolled Pike because I have never used anything like since Pike is a cleric, and she's been rolling well. I might have jinxed it. Mwah. Can't wait to lay it on her mace.
that's the nat 20.
Yep. It's, I don't know if you could see it, but, oh, wait, it's a little mace.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then, Vax is a raven feather and a dagger, since he's a rogue. Keyleth is, her antlers. And I think that's a rose? I don't know. But this is Keyleth. Nat 20.
Gotcha.
Percy's is the Dorolo crest. Matt's is a
It's cool. Camera's picking this up, yeah.
Vex is airs in a bear paw.
Cool.
For bear paws for trinket. Grog is a tankard. And then the most difficult dice to see. I don't know if you're going to see this one. And this is Caelynn. Sam was. I don't know if you can see it.
The clearness kind of. It looks like, I don't know. What's it look like? What is
It's
it?
music notes for
Oh.
him being a bard. And this is Matt's. I like Matt's. I don't usually roll his. Since he's the DM, it's a book.
Yeah.
And then I have, when Waterdeeps came out, I got the D&D die set, and I have a gigantic die. And it has the D&D logo.
Cool.
I have a lot of D20s. I am missing a metal die. I'm sad.
I hate when that happens. An important number or what? Which one?
D20. It was a a metal D20. I need to get my boyfriend a set of dice. That will just. I'm so glad I haven't shown my boyfriend was a gaming store, Wizard Asylum, because they have like lots of dice. I'm just like, I need, but I don't need. Sorry. Ugh. Somebody yell at me if I start to fall asleep. Like I did 2 weeks ago. Because I got too comfy.
There's a hell of a sneeze.
Go get your food before the break's over.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Go get your snack, yeah.
I always get it after, like,
the beginning, the top of the end of the vibrate. Thank you. I got distracted with Snapchat. Okay. Yeah, B.
Sorry, I had to mention that stuff. I just didn't want everybody like, oh, let's go to Bexlade. I'm like, we have nowhere to get back.
It's fine.
Okay.
I kind of feel like we're in this filler episode where we're trying to, because Melissa isn't here. It's like we want to advance this thing, but we don't want to like abandon what we're doing. So
yeah, we don't want to let her not have the opportunity to roleplay it too. You know.
Trying to spell Massachusetts.
It's been so long.
MASSA. No, wait, that's something else. Wait,
Mississippi.
Something different. What are you eating, Frank? What are the snacks?
Tasty cake.
Oh, that's why they're talking about tasty cakes. That makes sense. Okay.
You can order them on Amazon now.
I mean, I can't really eat them because I'm.
She says
to,
with
like...
no enthusiasm.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to like. I don't eat that much.
I understand.
Recently, so past few months, so not really the best for me. But I used to be quite the connoisseur, if you can say that, of Hostess cakes back in the day.
Oh yeah, they're good too.
My dad worked at a bakery most of his life and most of my growing up life, and he worked at like kind of like a loading dock for a bakery, so it was kind of like a the main office was like an hour away, and this was just like for the trucks and stuff where they just kind of like stuff came in, they loaded it up, sent it out, and he always brought home like unlimited bread, milk, and Hostess cakes.
All right.
So
beautiful faces back up here.
yeah, I ate far too many Hostess cakes as a child.
Excuse me.
My parents joke that, like, you know how, I mean, maybe you don't, but like the Hostess cake, I don't know what they're called now, but they used to be called King Dongs. They used to be wrapped in foil.
That's awesome.
And it's like a cake that's chocolate covered, and it has a white cream filled inside, and it's like circular.
So
What is this all? What is this talk about? Sweets.
But it used to be wrapped in tin foil, and so my parents joked that I ate so many of them when I was younger that I could take off the foil with one hand, like just have the cake in my hand and just like take the foil off and just
awesome.
Quite the skill.
Nice. Bam.
All right, so I'm gonna be muted because I haven't had any dinner. I had a early dinner with my boyfriend because it was since it was 2 months. We decided to go out in the park and have like a little picnic.
Yay.
Nice. So, yeah, I'm gonna be muted. So, excuse me.
Okay. Enjoy. Let's see. Yes. I have a fun idea. Okay. All right. Sam's not backing out. I'm gonna wait a sec for Steph and Sam.
Dan, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know if you forgot about Rain, but I was just patiently waiting.
Oh, right, for your roll. You rolled for... Oh, you were following. Leaving the house, following it into the deep. Okay. Do you hustle out to catch up with it? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
All right. So this particular, let's see, you all went down and found the cool way out through the keep. So this is a much longer journey down. It's a very narrow set of basically a trail, switchback trail, 2.5 feet wide or so at this point. Is a lot of it's crumbled, decayed, goes down and back and forth down along the inside of the chasm, and that's where it's starting to walk. It's as you catch up, it's starting to head down that. Do you want to continue following? I mean, you are now like 10-15 feet away.
I will continue to follow.
Okay.
Is it like far away from the keep to where Rain can remember?
Is it what now?
Sorry. Like how far is it for the estate? Is it like close to the estate to where Rain can walk back?
I mean, you can walk back. It's out of sight for the most part. I mean, it's probably maybe a half a mile walk out to the. I guess it's not that far. It's only like a quarter mile, so you can probably still see the keep. But you're
okay. And also, like, she's gonna like going back a little bit. Like when she saw something from outside, she's gonna like sprint down the stairs, and she's gonna let yell, "Found a ghost! I'm following it!" To let people know where she is. So. Okay, and then she's gonna follow it, and then she's gonna continue to follow it. She's gonna.
Okay. So as you head down the switchback, please make a
Great.
A dexterity saving throw as you're trying to traverse this really narrow.
Oh no!
It's a couple 100 feet up, so it's a little
precarious. Great. And my dex is +1. Oh, that's good. 13.
Okay. Hit my glass. That's a ding.
Well, my dice rolled on top of other dice, so it's all good.
Okay. Yep. You are following it down into the chasm. About 3 switchbacks down or so. You watch as the ghost slips on the edge as some almost as though some earth had loosed beneath its feet. Plummets to his death again.
Rain is just gonna observe and see if she sees the ghost coming back or not.
Okay, you see the look of abject terror on his face as he realizes as he slips and falls, as earth gives way and he falls backwards. And then you kind of see almost a realization set in that this is it for him. Whatever big hopes and dreams he had with the pep in his step on the way down here are lost to time.
Does the ghost entity come like back down?
How long do you want to wait to see?
She's gonna wait. I think they're gonna wait. Seeing, because they never seen a ghost do that before, and she wants to learn more.
Okay.
So I would say like maybe 2 hours being out there, just sitting and observing.
Okay. You do not see any other ghosts, nor this particular one, in that time frame as you wait.
Okay. Well, she's going to spend like 2 hours, and she's just after like maybe like 40 minutes of not seeing the first one, she's going to walk and just back to the estate and just see if they see any ghost entity anymore.
Okay. Nope. No more ghosts currently. This seems to be typically you've found this to be sort of a dead zone, as there are not many
dead zone
ghosts there.
Okay.
Thankfully, not too many have died in this area, it would seem. Not here on the grounds of the estate.
Do they see the ghosts coming back? Because okay.
Nope.
Darn, it's not time yet. It's not my time to try to talk to one.
All right.
Rain is gonna go back inside to the estate. She's gonna walk back and then try to find everybody.
All right.
And then once they do, she's gonna sit and ponder in front of everybody.
Okay. Let's see what everyone's up to. Caelynn, I suppose, since you shot out of the house, what have you been up to?
Caelynn is pretty much just hoofing it down the street. Where do I want to go? I think first to not raise any eyebrows. Well, how far again, Dan, remind me, between, say, the High Council office and the state record office that we went to with Brewer? Are they fairly close, or are they in two different levels? If I remember correctly, I think it was on the top level, wasn't it?
Yep, that's on the it's on the second level, I think. It was either the first or second. First is sort of entry for everyone, so I think it'd be on the second level, the town record, the records of lineage and such. Whereas the council, I think, is down on the fifth level.
Okay. So I will hit up since it seems like it might be closer to hit the records office first.
It'd be closer to hit the council first because you're at the
I will hit up the
level.
council first then. Whatever's the closest,
Okay.
Caelynn's going there.
Sorry. Top level's 1 and it goes down to 5. That might be where. And you're outside of the 5th level. Is where the estate is, so.
Yeah, I'll go to the High Council building.
Okay. You walk into that initial office and see a worker there. Good morning.
Good morning. Have I seen this person here before, Dan? Like when I came here yesterday?
Yes, same gentleman. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You might remember me from yesterday. Caelynn Stormforge. How are you today?
I'm fine, milady.
Great. Do you have... I'm looking for... I'm in need of a teleportation circle. There has to be one in this town.
No, I'm afraid not.
You know I accepted the position for the High Council, correct?
Aye.
And there's still no teleportation circle anywhere that's available. Is there someone else I can speak to that might... You seem... How does he look, Dan? Can I roll a check here?
Yeah, roll an insight check to get a feel for...
Well, it's a natural 19.
Okay. Yeah, so you see that he's stepped up his deference for you after accepting the role. He's always been, in your interactions with him, at least yesterday, and I think the first time that you came here, was respectful before anyway, but he's upped it some more, and he's sort of like, I'm just, the clerk, and he feels like maybe you're mad at him.
No.
You wouldn't be in trouble. But I do need to know, especially if there's someone I need to talk to that might be protecting a teleportation circle.
Well, it's just such a security risk that we don't.
So there is one.
No, that's just why they haven't been. Well, we don't have one. Too dangerous.
Is there anyone specific in the town that is in charge of the arcane?
The council has oversight first and foremost, but on the council, you'd be looking to speak, aside from yourself having a vote now, or once you take your position. Let's see, which one was... Terranoi Blackbrand. They oversee the Institute of Magic here.
Is he in his office today?
I I can show you back if you wish.
That
First,
would be wonderful.
lovely. Let me just make sure he's not in the meeting already.
Absolutely.
And he turns and heads back in there. Comes back like 5 minutes later. Oh, okay, ma'am, if you follow me.
Absolutely.
Ready to see you.
Thank you.
Certainly. And opens up a door. You walk behind his clerk's desk there and follow him through a door in the back up a set of stairs that you've gone up before. But you head further just into the back of this area. And there are a number of very ornate stone-carved offices. The walls, there's pillars cut out in the corners. There's a bunch of highly detailed stone craftsmanship in these offices. And luminous stones that are in place on sconces on the wall, around the walls, like an aquamarine, like a deep bluish green, that offer a very soft, kind of diffused light. You're not sure what's creating the diffusion, but it just has a nice soft light in the office. He opens up, knocks on the door to Terranoy Blackbrand's office, and gestures you in. You see Terranoy sitting. Terranoy? I can't remember their gender now. I think it was a guy.
I believe it was a man, yes. I think the only female was Lilith.
Okay, yep. All right, Nate, thanks. So you see him sitting down behind his desk, hands folded, and looking at you to, please, ma'am, pull up a seat.
Black Band. How fares counseling today?
The usual. I think you'll get used to all the paperwork. I don't talk about that, but lots of paperwork.
Understandable.
How can I help you today?
Yes, I find it hard to believe that, given this town's history, that there is no teleportation circle.
Well, after we had one during the war, but due to some subterfuge and some spy work, we had an incursion through the portal itself during the war, and since then we had it dismantled. And after we lost the forge, we didn't have much reason for imports and outports until recently, maybe a couple of centuries ago. And there's been talk of putting a new one in since there's no war. And well, gosh, have you mentioned to anybody yet that you found the forge? I wonder if this would have gotten back to them. I'm just gonna do how should I do this to balance it out?
I mean, granted, no one's
know?
seen the forge. I haven't told anyone besides the people that were there with me.
Right. And I don't.
I also think, how do you want to do this?
Nice. I'm trying to think what they know through their own sort of spy networks and such.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So we have our basic imports and outports now. So there's been some talk about perhaps setting it up anew, but I'm not sure if you're familiar. There's been rumors of folks finding a way down to some new caves opening up, and perhaps even whispers of a forge that there's an ancient forge, you see. It's called the Race Starford, and he starts kind of going over the history, expecting you not to know about it.
Caelynn makes no clue that she knows.
Nice. and he kind of wraps up, and there's been rumors as of late that it's for someone to find now, for the first person to find. I think if we were to find that again, then we may institute some new protocols, as we'd have some fine weaponry that we'd be able to sell once again, and we'd need to get all around the world to make sure that those goods get where they're going.
So you think anyone can just go up to this forge and claim it?
Oh, it's been so lost to history. I have no idea. I'm interested in finding out. We do have some study going on at the Institute of Magic here to see if we can prepare ourselves. We've sent several survey teams down there, but I've had no luck yet. But if nothing else, we're diligent, and I feel confident that we'll find it.
So is the forge going to help you? So you're waiting to develop another teleportation circle for that forge to be opened.
Well,
it's not the forge that's going to help you in creating.
Right. We would just have our goods back, the armor and the weapons that we used to sell, and we sell them worldwide. Now, I'm already a proponent of having this teleportation circle built. Forge or no forge, I think it'd be useful. Yes. But there's a lot of history, and you know how stubborn, I mean, gosh, Dan, keep your notes up. Garden and Iron, Cragnukle, the two of them are very much dead set against, very stubborn, those two.
Sure.
Lilith is on the fence.
I believe it. Do you know if there are any towns with teleportation circles on the continent over? Are there any settled places near, say, Velia?
Well,
there's anywhere on the continent.
Sure. Well, this tour itself, the ancestral home of the elves, where they arrived from the Prime. A bit hoity-toity, but we used to do business with them millennia ago, and that's one of the locations where we went. We did most of our business with them.
Is there an easy way to get over to the next continent without running into the storms and things that we ran into coming in, or no?
Sure, you can traverse the island to the eastern side. There's a not derelict port. It's not derelict yet, but it's not in very good shape. But it'd be maybe a week, maybe less on the sea to go from there over to Velia or Tor.
Got it. Well, thank you for the information, Black Band. And Caelynn will extend her hand for a shake and shake it firmly if he accepts.
He does. Caelynn, I'm glad to have you here. I personally think you're a breath of fresh air for our council. I'm looking forward to your return here.
I look forward to returning.
For what it's worth, and he kind of looks around and thinks for a moment. I would have a roll for it. Yeah. As a new member in waiting for the council here, you do have certain privileges and access. Now, I don't know how the High Elves of Tor would respond to this, but we do technically still have the sigil for their teleportation circle, if they haven't changed it in the past few millennia. It might not be the best idea to just pop in there, surprise willy-nilly, but in an emergency, I can supply that if you and your ilk there have means to use the teleportation network.
Absolutely. Excellent. Thank you, Blackburn. If I will pass that on to my compatriots, and if we feel the need, I will come back seeking your aid.
Very good. Good day to you then, Caelynn.
Good day, Blackburn. And I will head out and start back to the house.
Okay. Around... Oh, are you going up to the records place?
No, I got the answer that I needed.
Oh, okay, neat. So you go back, and it's maybe like 11. Maybe it's like 10:30. Be around the same time. A little bit after rain.
In the morning?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like, that was a long walk.
Yeah.
We just did like
Nice.
time travel. It's real.
I would probably seek out Mortimer. Would be the first person I seek out when I get back.
Okay.
Does Rain see Caelynn come in?
Not yet. I'm actually just going to check in with, just so I don't leave anyone behind here. I think Blueberry's sort of pacing about, looking for Caelynn and sausages. He's probably going to hang out with Brewer a little bit.
Of course.
Aaron, what are you up to mid-morning in the house?
I don't know. Whatever. I would either be helping more do research, probably that, or what is everybody else doing? Sorry, things have happened here.
No problem. What's Galathor up to? Let's check with that first, I think.
I think we were prepping to do that side mission thing, but that's kind of secondary to figuring out this dragon business.
Okay. And Mort, what are you up to at the house?
I will probably go back down, continue working on the runes on the time thingy wingy.
Okay.
Okay, so she's gonna go ask Galathor if he needs help, and then do you need help getting ready for that? I can go with you guys. If we all are going, right? Yeah. Do you need help preparing? Do you need help preparing?
Not particularly, but I mean, I could teach you how to sharpen a sword, unless you already know how to do. I'm sure you know how to do that already.
Well, not so much, actually.
We'll start easy.
I've never used a sword. I mean, she kind of like taps her staff, like, I'm a magic person. I don't do melee weapons, but yeah, I'll learn. I can help you.
Start from the basics. Normally I do this after every battle, but first you want to strop the blade, and I take a stropping leather and teach Aaron how to.
Okay, I'll spend the morning doing that.
Hone the edge. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. All right. And Emil, what are you up to at the house?
So I think since we failed to get a hold of the roomkeeper, I think Emil would go to his room and try and go back to the Hall of Torches and see if he can get a hold of Winifred.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make a wisdom check with advantage. DC gets lower and lower the more you successfully do this, by the way. It's not quite second nature, but it's getting pretty close.
Sorry, that was advantage or disadvantage?
Advantage.
Okay, advantage and wisdom.
Yes, please.
Okay, that's 20.
Cool. Nice, okay.
30-20. 30-20.
You go into your meditative position and begin focusing, and everything's dark at first, and then in this darkness of you having your eyelids shut, the imagery in your mind's eye, the candles light up down this familiar hallway. You see some new paintings along the walls, just as a interesting bit. On
my side or on her side?
There's some on your side as you're approaching the table. You now see one that looks... So it's an abstract style of painting in these new ones. It's not so much portrait painting as much as very abstract, but it very much gives you the impression of Nala. And along one side, and there's one that's just a little too abstract on the other side to get an image of, but it's interesting, almost like you can feel sort of a connection with some of these others. Are more landscapes. Make an intelligence check, actually, if you would, as you're sort of that catches your eye.
All right, I think my luck's probably going to run out on these checks pretty soon, but we'll give this a try.
Nice.
Prophetically 8.
Ah, okay. It's interesting. You log it away, like, there's other, portrait images, paintings of scenery and other things like that as you approach the table. And stepping out through the darkness, on the other side is, of course, Winifred. Oops, wrong button. Who approaches with a smile on her face and pulls her seat out and gestures to you as well. Welcome back, Emil.
Thank you. I'm afraid it seems like I'm forever seeking your advice or counsel, but
not to worry, Emil.
This is actually... I'm second guessing myself. This isn't directly related to my vampirism, but several of us got an urgent message that may be related to a demi-lich called Ythaz Bivar, and something in my head triggered that maybe Ythaz had something to do with vampires, and I wondered if perhaps you had any knowledge or wisdom to share, especially as this demi-lich is something that I may have encountered before and maybe they actively know me.
Yes. I am familiar with Ythaz. Let me just take a look here. Feel like I sent it in here. Oh my gosh. I don't have the flippin' first name. Yes. The one that you encountered, Baron von Sutcliffe.
Baron von Sutcliffe.
Yes.
Do I recognize that name?
Gosh, Sam, what the heck is his first name?
Oh
I
my
just-
gosh. It was the guy that Mina stabbed. You sent it to me.
Right? I know I sent it to you. I just looked at my notes. I'm like,
It was a Rex? No.
Rex, yes, Rexland. Yep. Yes, Baron Rexland von Sutcliffe. Now you might remember this. So Felix would, M would, and Aaron would. As the three of them went into that the tilted shack or whatever it was, and the new Bexley when it was overrun by the Crimson Fang. And
No, it was Mina. This wasn't Aaron.
oh, you're right. Yeah, Mina. And that's the one that Mina had killed. Now, this is also the one that you all faced in Bexley that was like, yeah, so you can try and come after me, or you can try and save the city of Bexley. And she pursued him. Additionally, Emil, this is the one Winifred informed you that he has a habit of creating these partial vampires. I can't think of what they're called, but they're just like crazed.
Spawn.
Yeah, like vampire spawn. One of which infected you. So effectively, it's like you're vampire grandfather, and she's like your vampire great grandmother, but not in like a creepy family way. Just like in the bloodline of things. Yeah, I'm sorry.
In
I
the
don't
bite
wanna-
line?
Yeah, nice.
It's not a bloodline. It's
That's true. The bite line.
This is tying a lot of threads from my past together. How are Rexland von Sutcliffe and Ithaz Devar tied in together? Did Rexland work for Ithaz?
Rexland sought power. The quick way, taking shortcuts wherever he could at the expense of others. Ithaz, to him, was a means to an end, but he does serve the Demi-Dutch, yes. He was drawn by the immense power that Ithaz has to offer those that follow him, many of which are also vampires or whites or other undead.
So my party and I might have, in ignorance, transported Ithaz's skull and or flaccidary to Metz, put it in the hands of Tensor University there, and may have just received an urgent message from a powerful member of that university warning us about the skull.
I see.
That woke us from our dreams.
That is concerning.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
You see her trying to process and think, connect dots in her mind. Yes, perhaps I can use my connections and gain an audience there at the university in Metz, you saying?
Yes, Tensor University. It was the Runekeeper that sent us the message.
Oh my. Yes, I will make post haste. I am on the continent of Calais currently.
My condolences.
She chuckles. I will head there post haste and keep you informed. Please.
I thank you, but I suppose, is it fair to ask, are you doing me a service in this, or am I doing a service to you in providing you this information?
Both. You do a service for me, not only me, but potentially every living creature on this planet. And certainly I consider it a service, but one I'm glad to provide, to make haste there and see what has become of the Runekeeper and this skull.
Thank you. Thank you, Winifred. I've been very fortunate to have you as a mentor.
She reaches a hand across and puts her hand on top of one of your hands. No need for thanks, Emil. And you feel like an extra kind of connection moment as there's already a very being bound by blood. There's already always sort of an intense swelling of connection and emotion sort of when you're in her presence. But there's an extra swell of that. She places her hand on yours. Yes. Please, one of my concerns for you has always been that you may follow in the same footsteps as Rexland. Over time, I feel much more confident that that isn't something you would pursue, but be wary. Both Rexland and Ithaz can offer you many things, yet you may find tempting. But it
Well.
won't be worth the cost, Emil. It won't.
I'm sure it's no consolation, but I share that fear.
Call upon me whenever you need, Emil. Big or small? Yes. Yes. She kind of pats your hand and gives it a squeeze. I must make haste, Emil. If you
Please keep me informed.
I will. And thank you for doing so with me. This is very important information. She pushes her chair back. Best of luck, Emil.
And you.
And kind of.
Emil wanders over and looks at one of the abstract paintings. Just
Oh, okay. There are a few here. Let's see. There are a couple that are highly detailed and less abstract, and you actually kind of recognize some of these as familiar landscapes that you have encountered. The abstract one, it's sort of like these are bits and pieces of you and your experiences. The fresher ones being a little less defined. The ones that have more of it. There's a long hall with a lot of candles, and hers kind of snuff out as she kind of floats backwards. But if you wanted to look, you'd find, some interesting things from your past. Some prominent experiences and people adorning the walls. The further back you went, you find the more prominent experiences.
okay. I think what Emil is going to do is he's going to spend a minute looking at an abstract one, just kind of pondering it. His gaze will kind of turn back and see some more defined, more things from his past, and he'll kind of make note of it, but doesn't really want to dive into the past right now. So I'll cut out and let somebody else have a scene. Basically, I'll just come back to reality.
All right. Blueberry. No, just kidding. All right. So, Rain, what did you have going on again?
Okay, so Marina's just gonna sit in the kitchen for just a minute, pondering what she saw, and then she's like, "Oh, I need to write this down." And she's gonna find somebody. I think she's gonna go to Erwin first to see if she has like a notebook that she can use.
Erwin is not gonna pay attention. She's helping sharpen swords.
Okay.
Look, I didn't sexualize it at all this time. I
No,
behaved.
that was everybody else. That was everybody else.
Up here I did, but
Okay. Just
And
like what?
when you do get her attention, she goes, I don't have any. Mort's the one who writes down things.
she's
Mort
gonna-
or Caelynn.
Well, I was gonna say she's gonna look, and she's gonna see that Erwin's busy, so she's gonna find the next person, which would be Mort. So she was not gonna. They weren't gonna engage. So, seeing how busy, and then where do I find Mort?
in the basement, if you're looking.
Is time ruining me?
Yep. Studying the runes.
I'm just like scattered, and Rain's gonna say, "Hey, Mort, do you have an extra notebook I can use? I need to write something that's very important."
Mort clumsily shuffles through his backpack.
No, you have a writing utensil.
Yeah, they're easy enough to get. I will give her. I have actually in my thing a book, so I would assume that's a blank book, not a spell book, but a blank book, and loan her my ink pen and some ink.
I'm just after he gets me all those stuff, I'm gonna open the book to the first page, write down what I wrote, and give Mort his ink pen, his writing stuff back. So.
Thank you. And if next time I'm in town, I'll make sure I'll pick you up some materials for you.
I'm gonna give Mort a hug.
And Mort gives him the actually perfectly level hug.
It's awesome.
That's true. I would say maybe Rain is just like a little bit, like, not even an inch, maybe an inch taller than Mort, but still.
Of
It's a
course.
level hug.
Nice.
And Rain is going to go find Emil and tell her what she saw.
Okay. Where does she find you, Emil? In your room still, or what would you do after your meditation?
I guess after the meditation, I would probably just head down to the common living area. I mean, everybody's out kind of doing different things, but Emil's just going to kind of send us information, just presumably till the evening when we get back together. So probably just out reading and praying in a common area somewhere.
Okay. You find him in one of the libraries, Rain. West Wing.
Seeing, like, Rain is one of those people that they don't engage if somebody, they don't want to be rude. So she sees Emil doing his own thing. They're gonna step back a little bit and then just holding the book that Mort gave them, and they're going to go up to the little shrine that they made. And Dan, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna it's a thing. Hang on, let me look. I want Rain to try to like contact the Raven Queen. It's a thing, and I think I might have to roll for it. Let me see. Yeah. Employing your DTA to advise you to know. Okay. If it divine intervention.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay. It says and I have to roll a percentile die. If I roll a number equal to or lower than your cleric level, your DT intervenes. The DM chooses the nature of the intervention and the effect of the cleric spell or cleric command spell would be appropriate. That's your job.
I don't know if you have that one prepared, though.
Oh, divine intervention is a class ability.
Oh, it is? Okay.
You can just do it.
Yeah.
So you have to roll, what, a percentile die?
A percentile die, and it
1%?
has to equal 12 or lower.
Mm-hmm.
Or her
Oh, it's
cleric
12
level.
or lower, okay.
Or it's her cleric level, which I think you're just a full cleric. So it's 12.
12. Okay, gotcha. That's interesting.
Okay.
All right.
I have okay, I'm gonna roll. I have a dice thing on my phone, so I'm gonna roll.
And let me know what you're praying, what kind of intervention you're praying for.
Just more information about different deep leeches, if she knows, or if any Lynch is like her enemy.
Okay.
Is that the Raven Queen? I'm at it's one of her. Never mind. Okay, I got 29.
Okay. Does not connect. You do know that effectively any lich she'd consider her enemy, as she's all about the balance. When it's your time to die, you should just die and move on. It's sort of her jam. So anyone that's doing undeath, she's not going to be a fan of.
Cool.
So Caelynn, you return. And what was it that you'd like to do as you return? Did we already do that?
I was looking for Mort.
Okay, you find him in the basement.
Okay. She hasn't been down there since everything happened. So I will gingerly approach him. Mort, are you busy?
I'm alright. It's
What are you
just going over the same stuff over and over and over again.
What are you doing?
We're analyzing these runes, trying to get a better understanding of what was going on,
Does this have to do with the Linux thing? Aaron told me something about that Linux created these runes.
Yeah, I don't know what bearing it has. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
it
weird because that was Linux. It's been a while since I've even heard about him. So,
so you've actually met him.
I think so, if I remember correctly.
You have, yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Interesting,
Yeah.
because it's certainly these runes and this whole apparatus has the signatures that even lead either to Old Man Tenzer himself or
to
his
Linux.
or to Linux himself. So that answers the who,
What are they
maybe,
doing down here in the basement of my estate?
or the why is the
That's-
question. Yeah, the why is the question.
So, one topic, I went into town today and went directly to the High Council, spoke to Black Band, who was in charge of he oversees the Arcane Institute. And there is no circle in the town. There used to be years and years ago, but they did away with it because of the war, and because of espionage and spies and stuff. So that is true. Yeah, he said he'd be interesting in like creating one at some point, but you need backing, and of course that would take time. The only thing that, if we can't, well, two things. Well, I mean, well, kind of one thing. Caelynn's actually like going, like, yeah. There is, of course, the continent beside this one that has some towns in it that do have teleportation circles. One in specific he mentioned was Tor. It's a huge town, mostly elves, that they would have a teleportation circle. He said it would be a week's sailing journey, but he has a sigil that could send us there, like to the city of Tor, where we can use their teleportation circle once we get there, hopefully, if they allow us to. But of course, you know, he didn't suggest that we go there without warning them, but the option is there.
Well, that's very good news, actually. That gives us a couple more options.
And
That's
he was willing
interesting.
to let me use the sigil if needed. So I just
Okay.
have to, of course, go through him. But he seemed more trustworthy than, you know, Garton. So
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, that guy.
um,
Got to be very wary of him.
yeah.
So you felt good about this guy at the okay, Blackburn.
Yes.
Okay, good. That's excellent. That's great news. Now that you mentioned that, well, I don't know. It's even. Well, I met the servants last night, and I was with all my between the notes and the actual mechanism being here, and whatever this basement is or was, plus the office and what that back door leads to. We should maybe investigate some way of securing this from just anybody walking down here.
No, I agree.
It's
I
just
just-
yeah. I know it's just another thing on the to-do list. I know unfortunately that's the way my mind works.
No, just you know, until we can get something securing, just don't leave anything to
Okay.
You know.
I'll keep all my notes with me then. Yeah, I won't.
Yeah, I think that's wise. I would hope that maybe they might not know stuff when they see it. If they would happenstance down here, they might just see it as just, you know, a dusty area. But I'll let them know. Well, I don't want to cause them to suspect anything.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
I'll just let them be and just be like, you know, yeah. I'll just let them be and just tell them, without mentioning the basement, that they're in charge of like this and this, you know. Dan, remind me, was there even a way up from the basement to the? Oh yeah, there was, wasn't there?
Or
was
I think
it only-
you created one. In the what used to be a stairwell up where went up to see your parents. I'm pretty sure you hacked your way through that and created like an opening to go up and down. I think.
Like a makeshift, makeshift.
there's like a hole in the floor, but I don't think we did stairs. I think we had the brewer-vator.
Oh, okay. Well, we can. At least there's not like a door or staircase that we have to worry about. So maybe we could even just cover up the hole from outside. You know.
Good idea.
Until we can get something more secure.
Yeah, if I know with any kind of curious mind, if you tell them don't go there, that's the first thing they're going to think to do.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, I agree. That's something. So, what are your, I heard what you were saying earlier, but what are your thoughts on all of this?
Well, I think the most pressing thing to do is we got to handle the Emersina situation and get her brother, resolve that as best we can right off the bat. The skull thing, really, just another layer of demolicious. Good lord. And God knows, where that's going to take us. That could take us all across from one end to the other.
I'm sorry. I was going to say while you're talking, Caelynn's just kind of staring into the room where she saw her mother before. I wish.
Hello?
Upstairs.
What?
You hear a knock at the front door upstairs, kind of echoes. through the
Oh,
house.
okay. Okay. Thanks, Mort. I'll give him like an absent-minded pound on the shoulder and just head upstairs. I'm guessing I'll just meet them outside since.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello?
Oh, yes. You're you're Caelynn? Stormfall?
That's correct. And who do I have the pleasure?
Just a messenger, ma'am.
Sure.
I'm here on behalf of Garden Earthgrip. He says that your tour will be ready this afternoon. 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock. That's great. Thank you so much.
Of course. Good day, ma'am.
Good day.
Gives a bow and heads out.
I think Caelynn's going to head upstairs to her room.
Mhm.
Close the door. And just kind of stand there for a couple of moments. And then just kind of say to, she's not talking to anyone in the room, but in her mind, she's talking to whatever being has been talking to her.
Okay.
What do you want me to do? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, or how to protect them, or how to protect myself. There's nothing. I'm just so helpless.
Then you do have a moment where you hear reverberating in your mind as there is a sort of a heavy, great power behind this. You need to become stronger still. Your heart is where it needs to be. but your strength.
I don't. I'm trying all that I know how to do.
Then partake. Drink in more of my power.
I'm ready.
Okay. As you accept that offer and partake and drink more power in, you're going to feel pulled in a couple different directions. You're not sure where these options are going to lead per se, but you feel that as you take in this power, there's a balance. You're getting this power, and there's going to be an equal and opposite sort of reaction to you. You feel as though you have a choice between something with, in general, you feel the power swelling within you anyway. Aside from that, you feel additionally that options lay before you with something with an eye starts to hurt. Like there may be a gift with vision. There is a pain in your back, your shoulder blades, where there's some other gift of power. And lastly, your tongue aches. And you feel that these three things are, you choose one, and there will be some cost, but you'll gain a great power.
I will concentrate on, what was the third one you said, Dan?
Tongue.
The tongue, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will concentrate on the eyes and mentally focus on that.
Okay. Where are you currently, physically?
I'm in my bedroom.
Okay. All right. And so the searing pain, not only on the eye, but surrounding it, above and below, takes over, and it burns. It feels, you feel almost like a terrible slash, like something's just run through and slashed it open. But at the same time, you feel this compensating energy, this incredible strength. You effectively, you gain +2 to your strength modifier.
Caelynn's the monster.
At the cost of your eye. You would have a mirror in here, sort of dusty, and the pains finally, like the aching pain subsides, but there's still this slashing pain. And as you look, would you want to look and see what it is? I should say. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would guess there's a mirror somewhere in the room.
Mm-hmm. You almost have a little bit of a stumble as you look around and you get a cloth that's nearby and you clean off the mirror. And down your face, you have what almost looks like 3 claw marks, with the center one being longer and deeper, straight over your eye that is now just a hazy blue, empty of color. And you can't see out of that eye currently.
Okay. All right. What have you done?
I've made you stronger.
do you feel it? It's a price worth paying.
There is more, young one. Upon a full night's rest, you will receive the rest of my bounty.
Thank you.
Take good care of your friends and your loved ones. See them safely through these trials.
I promise.
Okay.
Caelynn just kind of sits on her bed for a bit. You can go on to someone else.
Okay. I think M is sort of, antsy at this point. As she kind of wanted to go last night, thought better of it to the prison. So she's going to find Galathor, kind of step in awkwardly with Erwin and Galathor. Oh, sorry. Is this a bad time?
He was showing me how to start sharpening swords. See, look, shh, and then she holds it up like, yeah.
Nice. Can you make a dexterity saving throw as you do that?
I could see Erin just like cut
Only because,
herself
yeah,
by
I can see
accident.
her. Yeah.
It wasn't just one eye that was lost that day.
Sorry to
Nice.
disappoint you all, but that was a 19.
Okay, nice.
Mountain.
Has that nice ring to the blade as you do that.
Galathor's
Oh.
a good teacher.
Yeah, I see. Wow. Well, I wanted to check in with Galathor and you. I'd like to try and get that information from my contact about your relic as soon as I can. This whole thing with my brother's really on my mind, and the sooner we get that, the sooner we can go and get his stupid, dumb ass out of that prison. So
Sounds like you don't like your brother very much.
He's the worst. Yeah.
So why are you breaking him out of prison?
He's still my brother. I still love him. He's just the absolute worst. It's a sibling thing.
I have several siblings, so...
Do you have one that's like,
The idiot? Yeah.
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's that.
Oh boy.
There's a tavern that they are staying at, or at least were a few days ago. I'd like to get there before their checkout time in case they're leaving today, and just, if you're up for that, you all up for that if we head out?
I'm game. Should we ask for Mort's help?
We should probably ask for everyone's help. It's sort of a seedy place, and I know everyone's strong, but there's a lot of strong folks there too. So just in case, as many as we can that want to come.
All right, so let's go and round everyone up.
Good. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate this. That asshole. All right. And she's gonna kind of go around. She'll stop in and check in with Emil, who I think was up for it. Blueberry's like, oh yeah, I'm a good helper. I'll help. Sure. She'll check in with Rain. I don't know.
Rain?
Yeah, I think so.
Rain was just sitting on the ground and just talking to themselves. Like, okay, so that spirit must have died recently. See? Maybe down there a couple. Huh? Oh.
I'm sorry, Rain. Are you busy?
No, not at all.
Oh,
What?
okay. I think we're heading to a tavern in town to get some information. I don't know if that's your scene or not, but
Are you asking for my help?
I mean, I don't really like asking people for their help, but lately I've realized that, it's
I'm just
something
gonna stop
kinda
mid. I'm just gonna stop in mid mid sentence and just hug her
Oh.
and just follow everybody.
All right. Well, that's settled then. Thank you. And then she's gonna.
And then they're gonna go back into conversation to themselves, like, so
Awesome.
those don't realize that they're dead, so they go over. Oh, sorry.
These crazy kids. You're fine.
Sorry.
You're fine. She's kind of looking around like,
Right? Well, I found a spirit. It's not the spirit that I found last night, but I think it's a new ghost that realized that they're dead. So I'm trying to figure out how long it takes, and I just ranted as they walk off.
She gives you sort of the parental interesting.
I'm
And just
definitely
sort of
100% listening to whatever you're saying.
Yeah, clues in every few keywords, like, oh, a ghost, you say? Yeah, repeating things back in question form.
Like, you just nod and appreciate what the kid's interested in.
Yep. She's making a beeline.
I'm thinking of a video to do that.
She heads down to find Mort. Mortimer, right?
Yes.
Mort, do you have any siblings?
I have 2 sisters and my mother and father.
Ah, okay. I've got to get my brother out of this prison.
Oh, don't even mention it.
Okay. We're going to a tavern to get some information for Galathor, since we're going to be at the prison. It's related to something there. More people, the better.
Rough and tumble?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Be more than happy to.
Good. And I ate a slice of your breaded cheese product.
He picks up right away. What you think?
It was good. It was good. Yeah,
And he makes a note.
You hear Aaron in the back of your head going, I told you cheese on top of sauce.
It just sort of like begrudgingly.
Awesome.
And he's going to take 2 steps
Okay.
to follow Emersina.
Mhm.
But all of a sudden he's just going to stop, and he's going to think back to when Caelynn was looking at the door just before she left.
Mhm.
And then he's trigger in his mind from a word's going to come to him from when he could cast the identify spell. And he's going to have not a big eureka moment, but this is important, I should write this down. Grab his book,
Okay.
write it down, circle it, and to be pondered later.
Nice. Awesome. Furiously writing the notes and
Right. And then it'll continue on.
nice. Em finds her way up, looking about the house, ultimately arriving at Caelynn's room. Caelynn.
Oh, yeah, let me, and so Caelynn will quickly pull her hair up into a bun, like use some string out of her bag or something. And I'm going to tear a piece of cloth from my bedspread, which I'm saying is blue, just for aesthetic purposes.
Nice.
And I'm tying it around my head, tying it under the bun to cover the eye. And I will kind of talk through the door. Em, is that you?
It's me. We're all going to a tavern to get some information for Galathor before, the sooner I can get my brother out, the better. And I just want to get this done so we're ready to go whenever they give us the go ahead on the prison.
Sure, we have a tour scheduled for 4.
Shit,
Yeah,
that's
I just got the word. Let me and I will quickly kind of open the door and close it behind me and kind of rush in front of her. Yeah, let's,
Okay.
yeah, come on, let's get everyone. Let's go.
Yeah, I make an inside check.
Em went up by herself to here, but
Oh, she did?
once we get
Dang.
down.
Dang. Okay. Sorry.
Thank you, Caelynn. And she, follows you down the stairs or whatever. Are you like making a beeline for the door, or what's Caelynn doing?
I'm just, I think I will just kind of go to the door, and as much as I can, just kind of look like I'm looking at something, but just try not to look too straight ahead. Probably still having a headache, I'm guessing, a raging headache. So
a bit. It's like that and this big boost of adrenaline.
Yeah.
I'm going to change your score in Fantasy Grounds too. That actually makes your strength a score of 20 now.
Wow. +5 to everything.
Yep.
Wow.
While they're walking, I'm assuming everybody's walking out the door. I have a question. Has Rain seen Erwin's wings? I don't remember.
I don't think she's. Yeah. No. Yes, she did. Because she popped him out. During when we were fighting, like after we were fighting the thing, and we were running out towards the forge.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna succeed with the plan. Rain does not like to walk, so he's gonna go up to Erin and ask if she could ride on her back and give her a ride to the town.
I can't use my wings for a very long time very often. They're a magic item, and they require the chance to rest. But I think if you ask Mort nicely, he wouldn't mind pulling out the magic carpet.
Oh yeah. She has to realize of like, oh yeah, that thing is. Rain has a thing for wings, so she likes to ride on. They like to ride on things that have wings.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go up to Martin and ask for the carpet nicely.
All right. Caelynn, just a question. Do you have Mallow with you, or are you leaving Mallow in the bedroom?
No, I left Mello in the bedroom.
Okay.
Like this morning. So.
Neat. All right. Blueberry comes out. Emil. M with you. Sounds like Mort there. It sounds like everyone's there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to, unless you have anything with roleplay on the way into town, I'm going to zip forward to, arriving at the town. I would say that, Caelynn, if you don't mind, because it ties around the back of your head too, I imagine you're trying to put like some hair over it.
I imagine people notice, or I'm once we start walking, she'll be walking with the group, so.
Okay. If everyone can roll, except Caelynn, can roll a perception check, whoever has the highest will see it first and can acknowledge it first.
I was just imagining that Caelynn rolls low on her perception check and just completely forgets that it's there.
Nice.
Kind of like when you have your sunglasses on your head.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where are they?
Rain, what'd you get?
That's right. 12.
Okay.
I forgot my insight was a plus 7.
It's perception.
Perception.
4.
Oh, not insight. Oh, that's worse.
Oh.
8.
Okay. Sorry. Galathor?
Wait, yeah. It's a 5.
Rolled a 5 for a total of 4.
Oh, brutal. Aaron?
20, dirty 20.
Oh, my.
Dirty 20.
And Mort?
8 + 1, 9.
Okay.
9.
I didn't want to step in for Emil or Blueberry in this, so Aaron, that's you. You see that blue
she's gonna kind of go like that, and she's gonna kind of step up to Caelynn and just like look around her face. Hey, you all right?
Yeah, I was moving something earlier and it cut my eye, and so I.
Well, we have people that can heal that, right?
Yeah, I.
Can I insight? Yeah. Do I believe her?
Ooh, yeah, make a deception check, Caelynn.
I would assume that
Rain.
I'm talking. Like I've kind of like pulled, like we're talking like together, not like I'm not like talking over the whole group charge, like a private conversation.
Gotcha. I'm gonna say, Caelynn, you can roll this with advantage because logically it would make sense. I mean, if you're in your room, it would sort of make sense. Like it lines up with as much logic as possible.
Is that deception?
Deception. Yep.
Yeah.
And
that's
Aaron win insight if you would.
That's a total of 10.
14 insight.
Okay. Yep. You know, Aaron, when something's off.
It's like, all right. Well, I have a question for you. She's gonna kind of like lead her a few more steps away from the group and talk soft. She's gonna talk softer, but I'm gonna talk louder so you all can hear me. Hey, are you really doing all right, Caelynn?
Are any of us doing all right?
She'll put an arm around her shoulder and just... I mean, I was just wondering because I've been thinking about you a lot lately, especially... It's like there's all of this stuff going on for you and, it's a lot to think about, but I'm a little bit worried. When we were making the time portal to get Mort back, you helped me, and that was fantastic.
Yeah.
But I wasn't aware that you had any magical abilities. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Because during that ritual, I felt this extreme power come from you. And it was really the last push that we needed to get Mark back. Mm-hmm. So I'm a little bit grateful for it. But it didn't leave me unscathed. What's a good way to put it? It sort of like scraped up my soul, like when you fall in the concrete and it just kind of scrape up your arm. That sort of thing. Kind of did that to my magic.
I'm sorry it hurt you.
I mean, it's fine. I'm fine now. And it was what we needed to get Mark back, so I don't mind it. But I know you worry about all of us all the time, Caelynn. But do you worry about yourself too? You're a very giving and wonderful person, and I love you. You and all these people are my favorite people in the whole world right now. But as much as you think about everybody else, we think about you too.
I appreciate that.
So, if you don't want to tell me everything that's going on right now, I can accept that and I will leave it as it is. But don't feel like you need to take on the world for us. When we're willing, we are more than willing, Caelynn, to hold you up and help you. Because you're our friend and we love you.
I love you too. I love everyone in this group. Just sometimes what we do is not enough,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still breathing. I'm still fine. You're right. There have been a lot of things happening. But just know that I would do anything for you guys. And I need to be better about taking care of myself. You're right. I just, it's not, I just don't think about it as much as I should. Now, I'll probably have to explain a few things when we get back to the house, because I'm sure you won't be the only one that asks me about my eye. And I can't, we'll see. Caelynn will hug Erinwin.
Yeah, she'll hug her back and just, sometimes it helps to talk things out and just get it off your chest. So if you want to get things off your chest, I'm more than willing to listen.
Thank you. And I will break away and go back to the group.
Erinwin will go back to just kind of walk next to Galathor again, still just...
Okay. All right. So I think M would notice. I think everyone's going to kind of notice at one time or another. But it's approaching the tavern, up on the second floor down from the top. M pauses around the block, around the corner. So be wary. There are a number of thieves in here. If you have anything you don't want stolen, lock it down, tuck it in. Don't be careless with money or items. It's up to you how you want to interact with people. There's a lot of butts in here, a lot of buttholes. But if I can get in and get out, we'll be good. So maybe we find a table, sit down, order lunch maybe. The food was all right while I was there. And then I can go back and try and call for the person, the contact.
Sounds good.
Is your contact staying at this tavern?
Yes, I don't know how long. More of a fellow seeker of information, but I was here for a while with them, so we're friends-ish, work friends, if that makes sense. If we didn't work together, but we're like, hey, you.
Of course, it must be awkward at the holiday parties.
Yes. Yeah.
do you happen to know which room that they're staying in?
That I don't know. We always just kind of hung out down here. Usually.
Thor, don't do anything stupid.
I don't know what you're talking about.
At least if you're going to attempt something stupid, let me come with you.
I wouldn't dream of it otherwise.
Do you think it would be better for me to try and find out his room number? I can probably bribe the innkeeper, and then we can talk to them there. Or what do you all think?
Sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if there are thieves in here, staying as far away from them as possible.
Okay. Let's pile in, pull up a seat. I guess we'll sit down at the table so we don't cause, look suspicious or conspicuous. And I'll head up to the bar to see if I can bribe.
Erinwin looks us over and think, yeah, we definitely don't look conspicuous at all.
One party of adventurers here, fan.
Before we head in, Mort will cast Greater Invisibility on himself.
Nice. Oh, good thinking, Mort.
He's over here.
Good job, Mort. You're like over here. Good job, Mort, she says to the air.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Did Callie come along for the ride?
No, not this time around.
Okay.
All right, you all head in. Pull up a seat at a table.
Galathor unsheaths his sword, his freshly sharpened sword, just so it glints a little bit and eyes everybody
Yes.
in the tavern.
Awesome. That gets some looks.
Aaron will put like her arm around his upper arm, just kind of hold it like reassuringly, and then give like a slight squeeze, like "Don't you dare!"
There's a bit of a quiet hush that falls over a couple tables as they're looking up, like, you know, through an eye patch or just through like missing teeth. They're kind of like hiss breathing.
Aaron just kind of does the commoner nod. Because rustic hospitality.
Oh yeah, nice.
It's kind of like, what's up?
What's up,
I get your pain.
What's up, Rain?
Alright, Rain is going to hide behind Galathor. No, Emil. Sorry. And then just like Pat's, like she has this. Nobody noticed that Rain has a side belt and she has a mace, like on her side belt.
Okay.
And then she's slightly gonna feel for the mace and slowly pull it out and just hide it behind Emil.
Nice. Okay. Kind of holding a mace like this behind Emil. Excellent. As a lot of you head to your seat, you don't have to wait for M to go see the bartender, because seeing this conflict of brewing, the innkeeper comes out from behind the tavern, and on his way, sort of, drying his a mug out, a cliche, cleaning out a mug, and sets it down, puts the towel up over his shoulder. All right, I'm gonna say this once. I don't mind fighting in my tavern, but no weapons, no magic. And I'm going to kind of look over at Mort. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Mort's invisible. Right. So
Aaronwin's the one carrying the staff.
Okay, yep. Look over at Aaronwin and a couple of the people, other, attendee people in the bar, patrons. And fist fights are fine. Try not to break my stuff. You'll be paying for it. Now, he approaches a lot of you. What can I get the lot of you? And he kind of nods at M, recognizing her.
We'll have whatever she's having.
Very well. Kind of leans into M, who's like, I'd like to place an order over here, just hear what your selections are. And he kind of gets the drift, and they go over to the bars as you all pull up a seat. Oh gosh, I guess everyone, or Caelynn, Moore, Aaron, Galathor, please roll a perception check as you all sit down. You see
natural 20.
Natural 20!
Oh!
Wow.
You too?
No,
Yes!
Nice!
23 total. We are just like
19 total.
Oh, that's awesome.
I got a 15 total.
Okay. And more?
Oh, do I? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can do yours with advantage because you're invisible.
Perception?
Yeah. You just like.
Oh, does Rain have to roll for
Yes,
perception?
I'm sorry, Rain as well. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
No problem.
I'm trying to. Kiki, don't fail me. Okay, that's better.
What'd you get, Mort?
17 plus 1.
Okay. And Rain?
Perception again?
Yes.
15.
Okay, all of you see that, you've sat down, like, the closest table's like 1/3 of the way in. There's probably about 16, 17 round circular tables in here, a couple benches around the back. It's definitely a super seedy place. And there's a fair number of people here, despite the earlier, lunchtime hour of the day. It seems like a lot of these folks slept in and, or partied all night, slept, and have now woken up for breakfast, lunch.
Brunch.
Yeah. It's brilliant.
Canon.
Yep. You've invented brunch. they're itching for a fight, and you've walked in at a time where you've just given them anything and everything they need for a brawl. M is up at the bar talking to the bartender, and several people get up out of their push out their seats and walk over and begin approaching from the different sides. So your table is like 10 feet away, 15 feet away from the tavern, the tavern, from the bar. So you have one side that just has a couple people from the bar that stand up, but there's
I feel
people
like
from
Emil would
tables
be
around.
stealthing at this point,
That's
just
a
to
good
put that
point.
out there.
Well, I feel like I don't
Yeah.
even have to roll hands because his plus is so
he
ridiculous.
just shadows. That's it.
Yeah, he's invisible. Yeah. He's in a corner somewhere watching carefully. He snuck in.
Yeah. With Rain's 15 perception, does she see any goblins?
Oops.
Like her-
Goblins?
Yeah.
Let me think. Where are you here? No, none in this bar. In fact, you haven't seen any in the city. It's one of the few. They're kind of rare anyway, but in this city you haven't seen one, which is a little bit unusual. Usually in a big city you'd see one or two here and there.
Cool.
Oh. Dan,
Yeah.
is the table in the middle of the tavern, or are we towards one of the sides?
You're towards the side. There's a space between the bar and the table that just had a couple people stand up at the bar. But there's tables on the other three sides of you, but that one side of the table just faces the bar. You're about a third of the way deep into the tavern. Was it a boop? Right.
They
So
start approaching.
yeah, they start approaching. The barkeep looks up again. You see M sort of slipping her hand across the table, and he's like, kind of gives a head nod to her. She turns around. She's like, he's like, remember, no weapons, no spells, fists only. And
Aaron will kind of just sit back
Uh-huh.
and just kind of like pull up her sleeves a little bit, show off the dragon scales, and she'll just grin.
nice.
Clear dragon teeth, just kind of going. And then I don't know how rustic hospitality would work in this, but she's just kind of putting off an air like, don't even try it.
Nice.
Like, we're your people, don't do it.
Make a persuasion or intimidation check.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Galathor would like to stealth underneath the table,
Oh, okay.
and then once he's under there, he's going to cast Crusader's Mantle.
Oh, okay. What does that do? That sounds amazing.
Holy power radiates from you in an aura of 30 feet. Friendly creatures get an extra d4 radiant damage.
Oh, nice. I love it.
That is a 16 persuasion.
Okay. And Galathor, roll a stealth if you would, just to see what you get.
Rain is gonna sit on Erwin's lap and see the scales. She's just gonna,
Everyone's not gonna let her. Like, she sees Rain come, she's like, nope, busy right now. Sorry, little one.
I'll just if she rejects, she's just gonna stand. Just like
Yeah, like
herself.
she's just got her eyes on the people approaching us. Like, yeah, come on, friends. We
Rain
really
is-
don't want to do this right now.
Rain's gonna turn to the people, shrug, and then just find their own seat.
Okay. And Galathor, what was your stealth?
So I rolled at disadvantage because I'm wearing armor,
Right. Okay.
and I got a 20.
Wow!
Dirty 20.
Nice!
Dirty 20. We've had 3
Amazing.
dirty 20s tonight.
You very successfully do that as Erenwyn has sort of caught their attention with her feet. Erenwyn, there's a couple that don't that look like they're ready to stand up that don't. But there's probably a good. You see, crap! I forgot. I rolled and I forgot. Let's just roll again. Okay, and from that, okay, you see about 10 that stand up from around the bar, walking over menacingly, shoving chairs out of the way. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Dang it.
Can I say one quick thing? When Ray sits at her own seat, they're just going to pull out the bunny and just use it as a pillow and just falls asleep during the whole entire thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because it's like almost noon, 11:30. She takes morning naps, so
Nice.
realizing it's like almost past noon, so they realize that they haven't had their morning nap, so
She fluffs up Bunny and attempts to fall asleep. Interesting bit. So for this, when we start next week's session,
Session?
yeah, session. Everyone's going to they're going to move the decimal one place to the left in their HP. That's going to be their brawling HP, because everything's like 1 or 2 points unless you're, have something fighter, I think has something monks maybe.
Natural weapons.
Yeah, things like that. So that's how it's going to, they also have the same thing. So that way, instead of doing a fist fight for 8 million rounds, since it does like 1, 2, 4 damage, it'll be probably just a few rounds to see who does what.
Oh, wait. Did we explain with the Dirty 20 Ed got what Galathor?
That was a stealth thing, yeah. He was like...
Okay. I didn't...
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm half asleep.
No worries. All right. So thanks for hanging. I'm sorry it ran late again. Thank you all so much, players and viewers, for sitting tight with me. And it was so nice to have you back tonight. Yay!
It's good to be back. Thanks, guys.
Nice. Again, awesome session, players. Thank you so much. Lots of fun. We'll see what happens next session. Big things going on. Ooh. And players, as always, blast to have you in chat. Hilarious, and entertaining, and super fun. So catch us, for anyone that's new, you can catch us here on Stormfall every Friday night from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time. We have our All Evil campaign every Tuesday night, Curious Lament, from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time. And we have our new exploration-based D&D campaign, also Homebrew, also set in this world, every Sunday night. It's called Obsidian Scar, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern, and that one's has a different DM, but I get to be player in that one. Woo!
Victoria from Curious Limit is the DM for that game. And
yes, Steph and I are in it.
And also, I was going to say, Steph is also a part of that. I caught some of the episode. I caught a little bit, but I need to watch episode 1 and 2 fully because I had to do homework last Sunday. Yeah.
Well, have a wonderful night, everyone. Thank you all so much. We'll catch you soon. Bye.